YouTube, it's your boy Real Rob, boy back with another video. See, growing up, children longed for a father, whether that was male or female. They always longed for the love and appreciation of their father. Because we know 85% of children grow up in a household without a father, especially amongst African Americans. See, when a father is not in a household, reality takes a turn for the worse. Not just for the mother, but for the kids, especially the children. See, when children grow up without a father, they become misguided in direction. See, when a child doesn't have a protector, a mentor, a coach, a empathy showing, a caring, an understanding, a man of understanding, and a positive, strong role model as a father. See, when a child cannot go to their father for a sense of direction in order for them to be led down a right path, when a child can't do that, the child will become emotionally unstable at a very young age. And this is what creates a variety of psychological issues amongst children. One issue, the main psychological and mental disorder that children develop, narcissism. See, when the sons of narcissistic fathers age, they begin at a young age to develop a sense of entitlement. They begin to try to pick up the pieces in which their father failed at a young age. I'm talking about 8, 9, 10, 12, teenage years. They give up their childhood at a very young age so that they can become a provider and a protector for the household. Basically, they was forced to give up their childhood at a young age so that they can fulfill the role of an independent man, which is the role of the father. And that's completely wrong. Due to the fact that the sons of the narcissistic father, they wasn't properly taught how to be a provider and a protector. Because how can they be properly taught how to provide and protect and how to be a real man when their father isn't even around to even show them that, let alone if he even know how to be a real man in general. So the sons of the narcissistic father sacrifice their childhood, they sacrifice their dreams and goals, they sacrifice their happiness, they sacrifice their sense of self, they sacrifice who they are as an individual so that they can fulfill someone else's duties. I'm talking about 8 years old, 9 years old, 10 years old, 12 years old, 7 years old, teenage years, at a young age. And this leaves the sons completely drained, tired, depressed, and angry. The sons begin to develop low self-esteem. They lose confidence within themselves, all because they was forced to fulfill a heavy role and a heavy burden at such a young age that was completely unfair and unrealistic for a child in a little boy of that age. And the truth is, the mother enables it. The mother enables it because she's carrying on a burden. She is now carrying on the burden of being a single mother with kids with no father figure in the house, no help. The mother is also emotionally unstable and traumatized. This often leads to the mother becoming narcissistic as well if she's not already one. Hell, she's probably already one. And if she already one, it's over with. I'm just keeping it when it's over. Because if the father is gone, and the child cannot go to their mother for emotional, mental, and spiritually support, if they cannot go to their mother to seek guidance on how to be on the right path in life, if they can't seek emotional support from their mother, they don't have nobody else to go to. They don't have anybody else to go to. If they can't get it from their parents, they won't get it from anybody else. And when children and teenagers can't get emotional and mental help and support from their parents, this leaves the child / teenagers depressed and angry. This is why a lot of children end up gang banging. This is why a lot of children end up committing suicide. This is why a lot of children end up having sexual relations at a young age that causes them to have children when they wasn't ready to be mothers or fathers in the first place. This is why a lot of teenagers choose a path of illegitimacy, all because they did not receive love and appreciation and the proper guidance from their parents. And when a child does not receive love and proper guidance and appreciation, emotional support, mental support from their parents, they going to seek it elsewhere. They're going to seek it elsewhere. And elsewhere meaning the wrong places, because now they're retaliating due to the fact that the parents didn't even give a fuck about them in the first place. But the truth is, the narcissistic father, your father, he was never a real man to begin with. See, narcissistic fathers have to pretend to be a real man, but they was never a real man. You can see that. See, narcissistic fathers have to pretend to be a loving and a caring father. They have to pretend to be something they're not so that no one can look at them for who they really are, which is a little boy and a complete loser. The narcissistic father lacks empathy, love, caring, understanding, because the narcissistic father is a very codependent and shallow person. The narcissistic father doesn't think about anyone but himself and doesn't care about anyone but himself. The narcissistic father is a very cruel, manipulative, lying, arrogant, egotistical bully. Yes, your father is a fucking bully. Just like a little childhood bully that you went to school with. You're going to see these characteristics in your father because he's not a real man to begin with. He's psychologically, he's a little boy. So you're not dealing with a man, you're dealing with a boy as a father. The narcissistic father, your narcissistic father, will only claim his children or come around his children to boost his own ego, so that it can appear to the public that he's a loving, caring father. But in reality, he's not. He's just doing that to boost his own ego, and so that individuals around him wouldn't see the type of person that he really is, which is a complete loser. And once the narcissistic father is done boosting his ego, once he gets people around, once those people start boosting his ego and enabling him, he's going to discard his children again, because that's what he wanted. He didn't care about you. No, he cared about himself, and he cared about what the public thought about him. But behind closed doors, he is the narcissistic father is the most evil, the most cruel, the most manipulative bully you can ever deal with in your life. See, even if you try to develop a relationship with your narcissistic father, the narcissistic father is going to tell you that he loves you, that he cares about you, that he always cared about you and that he never stopped loving you and that he never abandoned you and that he will never abandon you. He will tell you all these things. But guess what? He never displayed those actions. Action speaks louder than words. He never displayed those actions because guess what? He is afraid of responsibility. Just like accountability is a woman's kryptonite, responsibility is a man's kryptonite. Yes, it is. Your narcissistic father is running away from responsibility. He never wanted to take responsibility in the first place. So the narcissistic father will keep running. He'll keep running. He gonna keep running and hiding and ducking and dodging his children, ducking and dodging a fade, so that he can so it can take away the fact that he failed himself as a man and that he failed his children as well. And that, my friend, is why society is falling apart as we speak. So even if you try to develop a relationship with your narcissistic father, you're going to experience what you call gaslighting. You're going to experience what you call projection. You're going to experience what you call blame shifting. Anything you say or question will be used against you. He's going to try to make it seem like it's your fault or it's your mother's fault for the reason behind him leaving. But let me tell you something. It was not that. The problem is that he ran away from responsibility because he wasn't man enough to step up to the plate. Your mother didn't marry or get involved with a real man. She married or got involved with a little boy. And this little boy sees his children as competition. This little boy is jealous of his own children. This little boy is a little girl. My advice to anybody that's dealing with a narcissistic father, please go no contact. No contact is the best way. He's going to try to contact you, but guess what? He doesn't love you for you. He's not loving you because you are his child. No, he's loving you because of what you can do for him. Because it's not about you, it's about him. Stay away from these people. Stay blessed.